Hey guys, Brainy here, and welcome to a sort of mini episode of Tech News, the series on this channel where I keep you up to date on some of the important things that have been happening in the tech industry. This video won't have much to talk about, but what I do have to talk about is really interesting, so stay tuned and let's get right into it. Let's first talk a bit about the Nintendo 2DS XL, Nintendo's newly announced handheld gaming console. The new Nintendo 2DS XL came as a surprise to the tech world. In the lead up to the release of the Switch, Nintendo said its new portable hardware and its old handhelds would coexist. Despite the 2DS branding, the new 2DS XL bears a much stronger resemblance to the new 3DS XL than it does to the original budget 2DS. In fact, from an internal hardware perspective, the new 2DS XL is essentially a new 3DS XL. It features the same faster and more powerful processor, the same large screens, NFC support for Amiibo, a full set of Nintendo's LR, ZL, and ZR shoulder buttons, and a C-stick. Instead of the awkward wedge shape of the 2DS, the new 2DS XL features a clamshell design similar to every other member of the DS and 3DS line. The biggest difference between the new 2DS XL and the new 3DS XL is in the name. The new 2DS ditches the stereoscopic 3D gimmick of the 3DS entirely, opting for standard two-dimensional displays. The trade-off is in the price. At $149.99, the new 2DS costs $50 less than the $199.99 of the new 3DS XL. To be honest, I don't think anyone was really expecting Nintendo to announce a new console right after releasing the Nintendo Switch, which is already a major success on its own. As for how well sales will go for the 2DS XL, I don't really think it can reach the level of the Nintendo Switch, but there is a decent chance that it could possibly beat the 3DS. The OnePlus 5 will arrive this summer. The new phone is a successor to the OnePlus 3 and 3T from last year. Little is known about the new phone itself, but rumors have pegged it to have a dual camera setup and high-end specs. The phone is called the OnePlus 5 and not the OnePlus 4 because the number 4 is considered unlucky in China, where OnePlus is based. Though it will be the 5th phone produced by OnePlus, the company says that did not factor into its naming. OnePlus has made a name for itself with well-made, high-performing phones that sell for considerably less than competitive flagships from Google, Samsung, and Apple. The OnePlus 3 and 3T turned out to be some of the best phones released last year, and if the OnePlus 5 continues this trend, it should be an exciting device for smartphone enthusiasts. I'm actually interested to see how this device does, so I'll keep you guys up to date with any news around the OnePlus 5. Microsoft Surface chief says there's no such thing as a Surface Pro 5. Microsoft Devices chief Panos Panay has strongly hinted that the company isn't ready to launch the Surface Pro 5. In an interview with CNET, Panay says Microsoft will launch the Surface Pro 5 when it has achieved enough meaningful change to make it a new product. Meaningful change isn't necessarily a hardware change, which is what a lot of people look for, explains Panay. They're like, what's the latest processor? That's not what I mean. I'm looking for an experiential change that makes a huge difference in the product line. Panay explains there's no such thing as a Pro 5, which suggests that we won't see a true successor to the Surface Pro 4 anytime soon. The first details about the potential Surface Pro 5 recently suggesting that the successor would switch to a Kaby Lake processor without any other dramatic differences. It's likely that Microsoft is simply planning to refresh its Surface Pro 4 with the latest Intel processors, and the timing of Panay's comments come just before Microsoft announced another hardware event. Oculus is closing its VR film studio. Oculus is closing Story Studio, the in-house virtual reality film studio known for producing the Emmy Award-winning short Henry alongside other pieces. In a statement, Oculus VP of Content Jason Rubin explained that the Facebook-owned company was shifting its focus to funding outside creators, putting $50 million towards artists making non-gaming experiential VR. Oculus will also provide resources like tutorials, development best practices, and networking opportunities. We're still absolutely committed to growing the VR film and creative content ecosystem, wrote Rubin. However, now that a large community of filmmakers and developers has committed to the narrative VR art form, we're going to focus on funding and supporting their content. An Oculus spokesperson said that some of these experiences could be released through Oculus Studios, which currently publishes major VR games like Rock Band VR and Robo Recall. The 2-year $50 million pledge is supposed to be a minimum figure. It would be drawn from an existing $250 million fund that currently supports both games and films. And that's just about it for today's episode of Tech News. If you enjoyed it, learned anything new, or want more, feel free to subscribe, comment below, and leave a like down below. Check out previous videos using the links provided below, as well as the links to all my info sources in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.